Hello everyone, it's Kiyoshi from Kiyoshi Arts. So, as an artist, and even more as a character designer, we should try to make good and recognizable character design. We gotta give our characters things that make them stand out from the crowd. We gotta give them flair, personality, emotions. Or you could be just like me and think about doing it instead of actually doing it. I'm pretty sure that most of the people watching this video are artists or at least know about character design. But for those who don't worry, I'll explain it in a term that could be applied to any character. A character design is the basis or essence of a character. The key to character design is shape, language, color, and silhouette. There's also other factors that play a big part, like occupation, backstory, clothing, and personality. But the first four are key components to character design. Because of these key components, characters like Kirby and Catra are able to shine. Kirby's main shape consists of circles, which helps give off a warm and welcoming vibe. The color pink is also seen as cute and is oftenly associated with love. Lastly, because of his shape, he makes a noticeable silhouette, causing him to stand out even when lined up with other characters. On the other hand, we have Catra. Their design consists of triangles and other sharp shapes, giving her a dangerous feel. Her color, on the other hand, is on the darker end, which helps with showing that she's a villain. Lastly, her silhouette is also very noticeable. Her hair and her tail are key components when identifying her. They follow the core components. Sure, they may do one aspect better than the other, but the fact that they have all three components is perfect. And when we add the other four components, occupation, backstory, clothing, and personality, we make them even better. Character design is a simple premise. Because of it, it becomes a difficult skill to master. Making a character that's not only enjoyable, but also noticeable is not an easy task to do. On the flip side, this is why I dislike generic horror main characters. They all look and act the same way, and it's honestly just really disappointing. This is why I like more underrated or indie story characters, because they're more fleshed out and developed. Now, I want to change this direction and go over a certain creator you may be familiar with, Vividian Madrano. I apologize if I butchered that name, but also better known as Vizipop, which I will be addressing them by. Vizipop is an animator and the creator of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss. I'll give a quick rundown of these two shows. In the pilot of Hazbin Hotel, we follow a girl named Charlie who believes that sinners can be reformed and, if possible, be sent to heaven. She plans on reforming these sinners through a hotel, which is where the show gets its name. She's doing this because the amount of sinners that have arrived in hell, and as the princess of hell, she feels like it's her responsibility to take action. There's also other important characters that take part and support Charlie's actions, for the most part at least. Now, Hell of a Boss has already started, and it actually finished its first season not too long ago. Hell of a Boss is less plot-driven and is more episodic. However, there are episodes that do take a more serious approach. We have Blitzo, who serves as the boss of the IMP. The IMP are a set of demon assassins that sinners can hire to kill a living person. Next, we have Millie and Moxie, who are a couple and work under Blitzo. Lastly, we have Luna, who serves as Blitzo's adopted daughter and who works at the front desk. We have a few other characters as well, but we'll show them more on later in the video. I highly recommend watching them both, or at least Hell of a Boss since it has already started. It's very humorous and the characters are honestly really fun. I really recommend checking it out if you do have the time. Now, here's the main focus I want to talk about. So, recently, Vizipop and her team has released a new design of Lucifer, and many people are having a field day with him. I didn't see this happen when the other characters got redesigned, but I guess that's more because they're original characters and not someone inspired from actual literature. Quick note, please do not harass anyone over this. Do not go out of your way to find the people or Vizipop and her team who made this. I have seen people from both sides arguing with one another about the design of Lucifer. On one side, we have people complaining that his design is too basic and too similar to other characters like Alistair. There's also an argument to where his clothes, along with many other characters like Alistair, are just suits and ties with little to no variation. There's also a lack of different body types, and everyone seems to have the same or very similar body builds. The other side argues that Lucifer and Alistair don't look alike at all, and they only look similar because of the art style. They also state that no one seemed to complain when it came down to other variations of Lucifer created by different people or companies. I think another problem that people should mention is that there are a lot of bias coming from both sides. I can understand not liking the design, but it feels as if people are using the design as a way to insult rather to actually criticize. They present themselves more as disliking Visipop and using the design of Lucifer to further push their dislike of her. Now, on the other side, supporting the design, it feels as if they're trying super hard to defend the design. I've seen people bring up the comparison of Lucifer and Alistair is unfair, since other shows have the same art style and have similar looking characters. Another thing I see being said is how people are disliking the Visipop version of Lucifer, but not other media that depicted him. Now, here's my full-heartedly opinion on the new Lucifer redesign. It's honestly really boring and it lacks ideas on what this character is supposed to represent. Lucifer in this world is supposed to be the king of hell, but when compared to a lot of the other characters, he doesn't seem to stand out at all. I feel like his suit is a fine design on him, but the fact that the majority of the characters within the show wear suits doesn't make him feel noble or anyone special at all. I also do think that his body shape could have been improved on. His build is way too similar to the many other male characters in the show. Now, I do understand that Visipop is putting her own spin on Lucifer, but I would have appreciated more if she took more inspiration from the original source like they did with Stolas. The original Stolas is the great prince of hell and is depicted as an owl. Stolas follows these traits perfectly by being an owl but and also being part of a royal family. Lucifer is based on the most beautiful angel who fell from heaven into hell because of his defiance against God. We only ever seen two kind of angels from both shows, the cherubims and the exorcists, with the cherubims being your typical happy get along angels and with your exorcists serving as population control. Lucifer doesn't seem to serve as either of those angel types. He looks like someone who naturally came from hell and not someone who fell from it. I will state that the hat that he wears is the best part of his design. His hat has a crown marking, and even better, it contains an apple and the snake, referencing how Eve was tricked by the snake according to the Bible. Maybe that might explain how he fell, if he ever fell at all. Now, here are some final thoughts I have about the design. I do believe that the design is bad, and criticizing the person that you admire is not wrong at all to do. You're still your own individual, so make sure to think for yourself as well. Try not to let your bias cloud you too much when forming opinion-based thoughts. There are also too many direct insults to Visipop, which is just simply uncalled for. It's alright to all dislike a design, but make sure you dislike the design and not use that as a way to express hate toward the creator. Remember that this is all only my opinion, so if you were to agree or disagree with me, that would be perfectly valid. Everyone should form their own opinion on opinion-based topics. Originally I was about to follow a script when doing my end card, but you know what? I'm just thinking that I think it would be more natural if I just went without a script. This is probably a really weird video to end the year off, but hey, nothing goes as planned according to me. This year has been quite hard, so hopefully 2023 will be a lot better. And hopefully I have the video out before Christmas. But if not, that's quite alright. Have a good Christmas and have a good New Year. See you all in 2023.